Alright, having so many animals is constant maintenance and management. You see, always fixing blown globes, and you're seeing that you've got to drop some animal temperatures because they're ready for breeding, and some animals are from up north so they like it warmer. Now here it is, this weekend is the first day of winter and it's been pretty chilly over night time, and the way I've managed this is a little bit asked about tip. I've got a western taipan in this enclosure and a coastal taipan in this enclosure. Coastal taipan comes from Cairns where it's relatively warm most of the year, and the western taipan coming from the centre of Australia can endure really high temperatures and really low temperatures. So rather than try and lift all these enclosures up and throw another globe in there for the coastal taipan, I've just pulled the western taipan out of there, cleaned out its enclosure totally. I'm going to lift the coastal straight from here, put his hide box in there, and then put him in there. There is an extra globe in there for a bit more temperature, plus the heat from this globe underneath comes up. So usually in more of my enclosures, temperate snakes, red-bellied tiger snakes and stuff that like a cooler, I put them on the ground. That way they don't have any heat from an enclosure underneath coming up, and they get fairly cool through winter, and that helps them to breed. But this bloke is not doing well. He's my big male taipan, and he's gone off his food and everything for the first time. So big changes, bump the temperature up, slap some food into him next weekend and get him back, because I don't want to lose him. I've had him for many years. So I usually put them down low, the big snakes, especially the big snakes that want to tear my face off, so they're easier to handle it down low. But this guy at waist height is not so bad. I'd be stupid to put it up here because he'd taken face shots at me. I can hear him huffing and puffing. He's got the shits. Doing that doesn't help. Dropping its hide box on it is definitely one way to piss off a taipan. I've noticed that all of my ties, the western taipans and the coastal taipans, have been in a really shirty mood. Really hard to deal with. And this guy is a bit of a meat axe. Hasn't eaten in a while. Because I lost a bit of condition. If I'm slow with him, hopefully I can just casually, but he's already lining me up. He's already telling me to piss off. Here I have a 3.5, 4 foot hook with a 9 foot snake. So it makes a hell of a difference. He's gone right over the other side of the enclosure. I have to convince him, and he's getting shitty now. I've taken too long with this. Usually if you can do it without dropping the freaking hide box on him, and do it nice and slowly, they don't get a chance. So he's lining me up now. They don't get a chance to work out what's going on. And he's a freaking heavy snake too. So now I can let him think, oh, my cage has been cleaned very quickly. And he's not too perturbed about all this. Just not getting his tail in there. In an enclosure, we've got a higher temperature. All I have to do now is change the labels, clean out the bottom enclosure, disinfect it, and put my feces in. The western taipan can easily handle the drop in temperature, whereas the coastal taipan won't deal with it so well. I've always had this guy on fairly high temperatures, and this was the first winter he was starting to endure. It was probably the coolest temperatures he's ever had anything to do with. But I'll clean out his enclosure and then we'll put the fiercey down there. I'll video that. Ooh. Yeah, he's pretty upset about it all. See, straight away all defensive and shit. This is the guy I usually use in shows. But anyway, I don't want to upset him, just so I can hurt himself in the glass. Leave it a couple of days and then I'll throw a rat in there to get some condition on him again, because we've got quite a few top 10 shows coming up over the next 2 months.